Now in the past I've looked at things if you brought it to school would get you on the bully beatdown list. Today we're going to look at lunchboxes guaranteed to get you on that list. And to be honest, if you brought your ham sandwich to school in one of these lunchboxes, even your friends will probably beat you up. Let's take a look at them. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. This is the Junkman coming back at you with another video. What are we going to look at today? Well, in the past we've done merchandise or clothes and stuff that you brought to school that would get you on the bully beatdown list. Star Trek, Spock helmet, a goofy shirt, a toy, whatever it was. If you got caught with it, you'd be sure to be on the bully beatdown list. And today we're going to do this video, but we're going to focus on lunchboxes. Growing up as a kid, there was no better way to express yourself than your lunchbox. Sure, your clothes, your shoes, your haircut, everything expressed yourself. But there was nothing at the beginning of the school year as a way to show, hey, this is what I'm into, than your lunchbox. It spoke volumes. Now, what was in your lunchbox would also matter. I mean, you didn't want to come to school with a tuna sandwich. No girl would ever talk to you. But picking out the lunchbox, that was an important step when you started school. That wasn't until you got to middle school and started putting it in a brown bag. So we're going to look at lunchboxes that were guaranteed to get you targeted over bully if you brought it to school. And like I said in the opening, it'll probably get you targeted by your friends also. Because let's be honest, sometimes it's not just the bullies. Sometimes you bring it on yourself, especially if you're coming to school with a lunchbox on this list. Now, for this video, I'm going to focus if you're a boy coming to school, because I don't know what girls are into. I don't know how it is being a girl, and I know boys have a bully beatdown list. You know, a bully wants you to beat you up. Girls, they don't want to beat you up. They just want to make fun of you until you get an eating disorder or something. You know, it's a different world being a girl. So this is from the eyes of a boy. If you come to school with one of these lunch boxes as a boy, it's going to get you beat down by a bully. Let's start. Let me get over here so I can see better. Let's start with number one. Whew, check this one out. The Hardy Boys. Now, sure, it was a good, fun show in the 70s, I guess. I know my sister was into it. Again, I don't understand girls, but this is a show about two twin boys that like to solve murder mysteries. I know, it sounds as bad as Scooby-Doo. Look at this lunchbox. Would it get you on the beatdown list? Whew, you better believe it. It'd get you a Parker and a Stevens right there if you came to school. Again, a boy came to school with this lunchbox. And it's not all the lunchbox's fault. Look at those faces on the lunchbox. It just makes you want to punch those two blonde-headed bastards. And if you can't punch them, then you're going to punch the kid having a lunchbox. So, again, you can't always blame the bully. Let's look at another one. Julia. I don't even remember this show. Now, I know there's a show called that, but I don't know anybody that watched it or anything. And the worst thing about this lunchbox, although it's from some kind of cheesy sitcom that's probably aimed more to adult sitcoms. I mean, it's like we're having a Mary Tyler Moore lunchbox. You just don't do it. But the worst part of this lunchbox, it has a little kid with red hair on it. First, you didn't want to go to school if you had red hair. And you didn't want to bring anything to school with a kid with red hair. Anything red hair on it was a target for bullies. Again, for the boys. I don't know how it is for girls with red hair, but if you're a boy, you come to school, you're already on that beatdown list level just because your hair is red. Like my dad used to say, I'd rather be dead than red on the head. And I think we can all agree with that. If you have red head and you're offended by this video, I'm deeply sorry. I don't want to offend you anymore, so let's move on to the next lunchbox. The freaking Waltons. Can't you see? I tried not to be on the bully's side, but you're asking for it. Now let's just look at this lunchbox. First, you got a bunch of country people. That's target number one. You don't want to bring anything country related to school. I know, I grew up into country music. We got some country in our family. You can tell by the way I talk. But I don't want to go to school with anything so country in my life. It's got a little girl in the back of an old raggedy pickup truck. She's not wearing any shoes. That right there. And then it's got some good old boys helping that old Paul out. You don't want anyone to think you were the type of kid that would help your paw out if he had his tire stuck in a hole. There's just so much wrong with this lunchbox. I don't even know where to start. I mean, it's just making me angry looking at it. But that's it right here. The Walton lunchbox would have got you a beat down by a bully. Let's see this next one. 18-wheeler. Now, when I first saw this, I said, this ain't going to get you on the bully list. Ain't no way. This is not going to get you on the bully list. I thought this was kind of cool. I was like, hey, that'd be kind of cool. I'll take that to school. Look, it's a guy in his 18-wheeler, got his son there, say, come on back and talk to me, teddy bear. And you can just have a lot of fun with it. But again, you want to stay away from stuff that can be seen as countrified. And being an 18-wheeler driver, a truck driver, a semi-truck driver, although it's a lot of fun, and you got a horn with a string on it, you want to stay away from bringing it to school. Trust me. Unless your dad's red vine, you don't want an 18-wheeler lunchbox. Let's see what else we got. Again, stay away from the country folk. Even if the Beverly Hillbillies is funny. Trust me, season 1's funny. It goes on a little too long and it's not funny anymore. But to start with, the show's kind of funny. I mean, you got Jed Clampett with his silly looking hat. You got Ellie Mae with her rope belt. You got Jeff Rowe that graduated from the 6th grade. And you got the old lady granny right there. And as funny as the Beverly Hillbillies are, you don't want to come to school with a Beverly Hillbillies lunchbox. I don't know. I feel sorry for any kid that had this. They probably bought it in the summer. They couldn't wait till school started back. They was like, look, Ma, Pa, look what I got. A Beverly Hillbillies lunchbox. Then they got there, and they got a bully beat down the first day of school. The only thing worse than this would be coming to school with a Petticoat Junction lunchbox. Let's go to another one. Walt Disney school bus. Now you're thinking, hey, 2nd, 3rd grade, Walt Disney, how can I get beat up bringing this to school? I can't. This is awesome. Yes, because it's not shaped like a normal lunchbox. That's going to get you on the beat down list right there. You can't do anything that's too far out of normal. It's bad enough bringing a lunchbox with some stupid design on it, but you can't bring a lunchbox that doesn't look like a lunchbox. And this looks like a lunch pail. Do you want kids saying, hey, here comes lunch pail kid? No, they will call you lunch pail kid because you're going to look like Ralph Crandom coming to school with this thing. And trust me, you don't want to come to school doing anything different that draws attention to you. See what else we've got. Oh, again, this list just is for the boys. No boy, trust me, no boy's going to want to come to school with a disco lunchbox. What's wrong with this disco lunchbox? Everything's wrong about it. First, it's got disco in it. Second, it's got a guy wearing a polyester suit. Do you want to come to school with your bologna sandwich and your chocolate milk inside a metal container that has a guy wearing a polyester jacket? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. And it's disco. No, it was never being cool that you were into disco. If you were a boy and you like disco, you always said, no, I don't like disco. I like arena rock. You don't want to come to school with disco. See what else we got. Here's one. I don't know what this is. I don't know what Little Friend is. I don't care what Little Friend is. It looks like some kind of Huck's Finn-like thing. And again, stay away from the country. I've said it a lot. You don't want Huck's Finn. You don't want Huckleberry Hound. You don't want anything with any kind of hook in it. Anything too country. This guy's over here with no shoes on. He's got a raccoon hanging out by his legs. He's reading a book. You don't want to bring something to school and then people will be like, hey, you like to read books? And he's fishing with a cane pole. You don't want to fish with a cane pole. This is too country. Stay away from this one. What else? Adam 12. Come on now. Adam 12, again, it's not saying it's a bad show, but it's a little too adult to be coming to school with your lunchbox of Adam 12. And now it does have a stupid little kid with his head stuck in the fence. That's kind of funny right there. And the cops are fitting to punch him in the face or kick him. And I like that. That's funny. But it gives the bully an idea. They say, hey, look at this kid on his lunchbox. Let's see if we can do that with Steve. And they'll shove your head into the fence and you'll get stuck. And then your sister will come over, an ugly doll, and she'll start pointing at you like this kid on this box. Stay away from any Adam 12 merchandise. Oh. Little Laurel Ingalls. If there's anything worse than the Waltons, it has to be, without a doubt, Little House on the Prairie. Now, I'm not talking about the quality show or the writing or the directing or the lighting of the show or anything. I'm talking about you don't want to be caught watching, or reading, or looking at, talking about, or carrying your food in anything Little House on the Prairie. And to make it even worse, they put the two girls on here. They put little Laura Ingalls right there in the little pigtails, and they put that blind girl. I forget her name. They didn't even put Michael Landon on the box. That would have made you a little bit more cool, but I doubt it. This would have got you beat down before you even got off the school bus on the first day. Let's see what else we got. Gee. I don't know what Action Man is. Sounds like some stupid G.I. Joe ripoff. It sounds like crap. It sounds like a bootleg toy. Now, anything called Action Man is going to get you beat up, right? Because it's just a generic name. It don't even sound cool. It just sounds like last minute, oh, can we name this G.I. Joe ripoff? How about Action Man? Okay, but the real problem with this one is plastic. You don't come to school with a plastic lunchbox. No, you don't do it. I know, I feel sorry for any kid that started school probably around 1986 and upward because everything went plastic. Ugh. Lunchboxes are made of metal. You don't bring a plastic lunchbox to school. I hope if you come to school with this plastic lunchbox, a bully takes the lunchbox and pops you upside the head with it, and you deserve it. Let's go to oh my God. Is there anything worse than Little Wolf and Annie? Is it really anything worse? Just the song. I hate that. I hate just hearing the song. The sun will come out tomorrow. Tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow the sun will be sun. I don't know. God, that's horrible. God, I can't sing. Why do I even try? It's got Daddy Warburgs on it. Again, the red hair rule. Don't bring anything to school with anyone with red hair on it.
Hey, Junkman, hey.
What's that, Larry?
Can I sing a song about a lunchbox?
You can sing a song about lunchboxes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Larry J. Wampa.
I got a lunchbox full of broken hearts, a thermos full of tears, one more bite of sorrow for a tin can full of fears. I got a lunchbox full of broken hearts, a meal fit for a king, and if I can swallow this one, I can swallow anything.
Whew, thank you, Larry. Thank you. Let's get back to the lunchboxes that would get you beat up by a bully. Raggedy Ann and Andy. I'm going to be honest. If my son went to school with a Raggedy Ann lunchbox, I would hold him down so his grandma could punch him in the face. Just when I thought there was nothing worse than Little House on the Prairie, there's Raggedy Ann and Andy. I hate saying the name. I hate looking at them. You don't want anything rag. You don't want this thing near you at all. What's it a picture of? First, you got two rag dolls. That's a big no. If anybody says, hey, you want a lunchbox with a rag doll on it? You say, hell no. Hey, do you want to play with a rag doll? No. And then they got snow. It looks like it must have snowed in Florida or something because there's just a little bit of snow, like it's in the shade area of the house. This is just horrible. Don't even want to look at it. It's making me upset looking at it. Let's go. We got two more. Now, I don't know if you can call this countrified because it's Western. That's going to put you on the borderline right there. You can be if you come to school with an outlaw Josie Wells lunchbox, you're going to skate by. That's going to be cool. But Ronald McDonald, you don't want to come to school with any fast food on your lunchbox. And then you have the mascot bird. No one even remembers this bird. Who is this bird? I don't know this bird's name. Max something, I'm sure. And it has Ronald McDonald on it. What does Ronald McDonald have? Yep, a big red afro. Again, the red rule. Stay away from red hair. If you've got red hair and you have to go to school, cut it off or shave it. Trust me, every kid I know with red hair growing up got bullied. And we all just sat back and said, well, it's not the bully's fault. Did you see his hair? Let's go to the next one. The last one. And it's going to get you beat up for sure. I know you're thinking, how can that get you beat up? That's Roy Clark and Buck Owens. Two of the most talented artists ever created by God. It's a hee-haw lunchbox. It fits into my country rule. It's just stay away from it. Now, growing up, I'm sure you loved hee-haw as much as I loved hee-haw. You loved when they went to the cornfield and told the population of somebody's city. You loved when they sung that silly song that said, and you were gone. Sure, that made you laugh. But keep that laughter at home. Don't you come to school with your hee-haw lunchbox. Not even if it has the hee-haw honeys on it. Oh. Remember the hee-haw honeys? Whew, I did. I asked a bunch of questions after I saw the hee-haw honeys. It's like, Dad, why is my pants suddenly so tight? But again, stay away from anything related to hee-haw when you go to school. And for the record, Don't repeat any joke Archie Campbell said on the show. Trust me, learned that one the hard way. Now, those Minnie Pearl jokes, they kind of worked, but those Archie Campbell ones, stay away from them. Well, that's a look at Lunchboxes, the guarantee to get you beat down by a bully or anyone. If you're planning to go to school this year, don't bring any of these 1970 or early 80 lunchboxes. Well, I guess you're not. But hopefully you didn't go to school with any of these, and if you did, hope you got what you deserved. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. As always, thumbs up if you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.